The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
All right, we're back again. Thank you for joining us on The Local Show. We do appreciate your company, especially on these cold, cold days.
Come on with the, I guess it's just winter, right? We got spoiled by a few winters that weren't all that
I've started
winter.
to get used to it. I said to the wife the other day.
Which wife?
Well, my normal one.
Okay.
The one that for 33 years. I said, hey, I wear my sweatpants and my sweatshirt to bed. Mainly because the dog chews on me, so I got to make sure I'm covered up. I
just lost my appetite, but go ahead.
So I said, I'm kind of used to I took off my sweatshirt and everything because I'm used to the cold it must be. But when it started, we got into the cold snap. Yeah. I was freezing, and I would get all bundled
socks
up.
Socks on or
socks
off?
It's socks off because my feet get so dang hot, you know? But yeah, Luna, the puppy / now bigger dog, she loves to chew on it, and she wants to play at night. We've talked about that. They get that burst of energy at night.
The other night he comes up, he's got
the
his
ball.
little thing. Yeah, he had the ball.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then he has this other thing we call pickle because it looks like a pickle.
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, get pickle. He'll like come in, he flips it on you. Yeah. And you're like, not now.
Not right. It's bedtime.
And he's doing this like, Yeah,
no. I don't know why they want to play at night like that. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, anyway, my wife and I used to do that, but now we have 3 kids.
Yes, okay. There we go. Then I'm done.
That worked out. Yes. Yeah, okay. So, new person to the show, Kristen Cuthbert. She is the owner and designer at Kristen Cuthbert Design. How are you, Kristen?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. I did go to your website, saw some beautiful pictures. Why don't you, first tell everybody where you're from. You from Syracuse? Or?
I am, yep. Born and raised, yep.
And what?
Which neighborhood?
Yeah. Which neighborhood? Where were you?
So I grew up on Onondaga Hill, and then moved 3rd grade to Camillus-ish, over by West Jenny, sort of.
Oh yeah.
And then
did you? So you went to West Jenny School or no?
I went to Faith Heritage, kindergarten through 12.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep.
All the way.
All the way through. Yeah.
Well, that'd be a thick file when they pulled it out.
I know, yeah. Now my kids are there, so
that's
great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And a wonderful school.
So when did you decide to go into the design business?
Well, did you go to college for something?
I did. So I graduated from Faith Heritage and went to Gordon College, which is a small liberal arts school on the North Shore of Boston.
Okay.
And I studied business and English. And then upon graduating, I went to Fidelity Investments, and I worked there for a year. And it was very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a rule that you have to stay in they used to have a rule. I don't know if they still have it, but you have to stay in your first position for 12 months before transferring.
Okay.
Within the
Whose
company.
rule is that? Oh, within the company.
Yeah, Fidelity's.
Yeah, right.
And so I was in an administrative role, and there were 3 of us, and the way that I got the position was that a friend of my brother's was working there. She was a year older than me, so she had been there for a year after she graduated from Gordon. Invited me in, we had lunch, and took the position. It was good to start, but then it was really just you sat at the desk. And
so then what'd you do?
Yeah.
So I was going to transfer within Fidelity to work for their design department because I had a boss who was like, "Oh, I know you love this. Let's try it." But then as I processed it and thought about staying in Boston, some of my friends were leaving, and I decided to move home. So my family purchased Arctic Island in 2005-ish. And I came
That's the
home.
ice cream stand gang down in the valley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very acquainted with that.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. And my dad is an entrepreneur, and he wanted to start. There was a space that some of you might be familiar with, but it was a convenience store. It was different things over time.
And it's right near
it's right next to Faith Heritage. Yeah,
right
and that's how we learned
of
of it because we were so affiliated with the school. So decided to start a deli, a cafe and a deli. And so then I moved home and ended up running that for 10 years. And so all the while I've been doing design on the side, never full time.
When you say design, what kind of design? Graphic design or house design?
Yeah,
or
interior design.
Interior design.
Yeah.
That's like, couches and wall hangings and curtains and all that.
Yeah,
right?
it can be anything from...
She just perked up. YouTube listeners, she just went from I'm stuck in the valley to a smile. Go ahead.
I love the Valley. I love the Valley.
That's right.
And I loved running Broadway. It was a life-changing experience. So, yes, it's anything from, furnishings to also, figuring out the best floor plan when you're renovating, to moving walls, helping with new builds. And then selecting textiles like tile and plumbing fixtures and all of that. And then, but sometimes it's not anything that's, involving a contractor. It can just be the soft finishes.
So you deal with mostly women because guys don't care. Change my mind.
That's actually not true. I just said to somebody the other day that I work with most of the husbands.
Isn't that something?
More
Are you like the mediator or like you're in the middle? Or,
no, usually not. Usually they're just either more invested or they care a little bit more. I don't know. Well, sometimes,
like my wife, she knows what she wants. She'll get a vision. And when I say she gets a vision, she gets it off Pinterest.
Yes.
And most people do, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then she'll say, hey, I want this done. So like our pantry, she's found this beautiful, how to make this huge pantry. Little did I know that now that I've got $1,000 invested in it, there's a lot of materials, right?
Yeah, right.
But the guy has to do it, is what I'm saying. My wife isn't laying tile and all that kind of stuff. So she might have the idea, but sometimes the guy has to execute it.
So do you consult, or are you do you sell the furniture? Where do you fit, like in the process? If someone wants to do something.
Who calls you?
It's a good
there
question.
You go.
Yeah. So it can be really time consuming, right?
Yeah,
and so also people don't know what decisions to make. And so it's a little bit of both. It's consulting and helping to pull out what is your style? What do you like? Because there's a lot of people that don't know.
Yeah.
So they might have a picture on Pinterest, but they're like, well, I really love this, but I also really love this. And they feel opposite to me. Can you help me figure out what the best fit would be? Mm-hmm. Sometimes things like that. And then sometimes it's more, I know exactly what I want, but I need someone to oversee the process and help me be not the mediator, but
Do you do the actual install of things?
I do not. No.
Okay.
No.
Do you point at people?
Yeah,
or
do you point?
Yeah. So a typical process would be that I would meet with the homeowner and we would, let's say that it's a scope of work that involves construction. Mm-hmm. I would get to know them. There's a discovery process where we figure out, what do you like? What do you not like? Especially on function. So function is first. We make sure that the everything is going to work for the family and whoever's using the space. And then we would select textiles. So if there's tile involved or plumbing fixtures, electrical, I'd give them options. So I go on their behalf and source everything from the local, like Best Tile or whatever.
Right,
sometimes the contractors have preferred vendors. So I try to find that out first to make sure that it's as easy of a process for everybody.
Right. So why do people use you?
I think to save time.
Oh, there you go.
Money, because there's a lot of times where people will do something and they end up hating it and they don't know why.
Yeah. Or they buy cheap stuff and it's not good for the house.
Yeah. And oftentimes too, I do a lot of consultations where it's like, let's use the things that you already own.
Right.
And so we walk through and,
very nice.
We try to that's where they'll spend their money on the consultation time, but we don't purchase anything new. Mm-hmm. And those are just consultation. There's a mini design session or a designer for a day. I had someone do a designer for a day, which is it's 8 hours, but it's a 1 hour consultation to kind of get our ducks in a row. And then it's 6 hours and then there's a 1 hour wrap up. And we used that for a kitchen renovation, and she just really needed help making sure that everything made sense. And then we narrowed things down. It's sort of like somebody weighing in to make sure that she has confidence to move forward.
Tom had a seamless kitchen project a few years ago.
Don't even get me that. Just really quickly, do you help real estate agents stage? Do you do
I
staging?
don't do staging. No. I don't carry the inventory for it. Yeah.
Okay. But if you primarily kitchens, right? That's kind of your thing, or is it
everything?
Everything. Kristen Cuthbert.
No, Cuthbert.
Cuthbert, Tom. Okay, so Cuthbert Design. You knew I was going to wreck it. Tom was just waiting for me to wreck it. Design.com is the 569-5868 number accurate?
Yes.
So the big area code 569-5868, and can find out and maybe get an opinion and not have Tom's kitchen travesty that he had a few years ago.
Well, that's the point. You ask why. It's to avoid that.
Well, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.